This simple ICT model made me over 5 figures in profit in less than a month. Let me show you how. Yo, what's up guys, Fearless here. I've been getting a lot of DMs asking me how I trade, what model I trade, so in this video I'm going to go over all of that. Before I dive into my model, I want to talk about psychology. Boring topic and everyone says the same thing over and over, but it's the most important topic. I can give you a model with a 90% win rate, but if your psychology is not on point, you're taking bad setups, you chase your entries, you overtrade, you oversize, you can't accept a loser and then you go on a tilt and you blow your account, no model can help you. First, you need to fix your psychology, and it's gonna take time. You can't fix that by just reading one book, just watching one YouTube video. It's a slow process, and that's why everyone says becoming profitable takes time. You need to be journaling every day. Journal your emotions. I'll post a screenshot of my journal. I journal every single trade I take. I journal my emotions, and before I start my next day, I look at the journal from my previous day and read all the rules I wrote, all the improvements I need to make, and it helps a lot. Another thing you need to focus on is your rules. Take a piece of paper and write down the rules that you'll follow every day. For example, how many max trades are you going to take in a day? How much are you going to risk per trade? What's going to be your risk to reward? What's the max amount of money you can allow yourself to lose in a day? After you write down everything, keep this paper in front of you every morning. Read all the rules before you start trading, and this will completely change your trading. This is what changed mine. I used to be a gambler too. I used to take random setups. But once I started doing this, I started journaling every day, journaling my emotions. This is where everything changed for me. So take a piece of paper, write down all your rules, and have that paper in front of you before you start trading. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my model, how I trade. So let's dive into that. So my model is really simple. I like to keep my trading as simple as I can. So the first step is having a bias. Go on the daily chart and the weekly chart, and where do you think the candle is most likely to expand towards? You think it's going to go higher or lower? Once you have that bias, then you can drop on your lower time frames. The second step is you want to wait for some sort of manipulation into a higher time frame key level. The first step is to have a higher time frame bias. So going into the day on Friday, I was bullish because we had these equal highs up here, and I want to see NQ at least reach for them. So now that I have a bias, I'm going to drop into lower time frames, and what I'm looking for is a manipulation into a key level. So here at 10, we get this big news candle, then we just pump up, take out these highs, and then we dump. Where does NQ reach to? We reach into this new day opening gap. Third step is to wait for SMT. What is SMT? Look at ES chart. We had this low at 10. ES didn't take it out, but NQ did. That's a bullish SMT. So now we got this bullish SMT. We have the higher time frame bias, which is bullish. NQ has tapped this new day opening gap, which is a key level. We're also holding this 1 minute fair value gap. Fourth step is to wait for displacement. Do we get that displacement? Yes. We get this displacement away. And our fifth step is to wait for an entry on the 1 minute, 30 second, 15 second, fair value gap, order block, inversion, fair value gap, any of those PD arrays. So once we get this displacement, we create this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. This is where I'm going to take my entry. Now for the stop loss, I'm not going to put it all the way down here. You can't put it below this low or even below this fair value gap. But I like to keep my stop losses pretty tight. So this is where I would have put my stop at. And then you want to target at least 2R. So 2R is all the way here. And as you can see, we just hit it in like 4 candles. Something I want to go over is taking partials. A lot of people are asking me where I take my partials. I always take partials at fair value gap. So if I'm bullish, I got my entry here. I'm going to take partials at this SIBI here, at this high here, and then let my orders go. That's how I trade. And then once we hit the SIBI here, right, you take partials, and also I'll move my stop and break even. That's just how I trade. Some people will still leave their stop down here, but once we hit this, if we're really strong, we should trade through it and not come back down. So that's why I moved my stop to break even. So as you can see, we took out this high, all targets have been met, and then we come back to this 1 minute, then just chop around the rest of the day. So that's the first example. Again, really simple. Have a higher time frame bias. Okay, wait for a manipulation into a high time frame key level, which in this example is this new day opening gap. Wait for an SMT to form. We have this SMT with ES. Wait for displacement. We get this displacement here. Now you can take your entry on a 1 minute fair value gap or a auto block. Inversion fair value gap, but fair value gaps are my favorite, so that's where I would have entered right there. You take your entry, put your stop, target 2R, take partials at fair value gaps, highs, and then let your runners go. Okay, so for the second example here, I'm going to let you guys look at ES and NQ and see where I would have entered. So ES on the left side, NQ on the right. I just explained to you how I trade, so look at the chart and see where I would have entered. I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds and then I'll show you. So looking at this chart, let's just say I'm bullish on the higher time frames. What am I looking for first? a manipulation. So we're looking here, we have this low here, right there. Price comes back down, sweeps this low. So this is our manipulation into where? Into a key level. What is this? New day opening gap. So we tap this new day opening gap. What else am I waiting for? SMT. If you look at ES chart, we never took out this low. So what does this create? SMT. SMT gets created. What's the third step? Wait for displacement. Okay, so the third step is waiting for displacement. Do we get displacement here? Yes, we do. Fourth step, mark out any order block, fair value gap, inversion, whatever you want to trade. I like order blocks and fair value gaps the most. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out my fair value gap. 1 minute fair value gap here. What else do we have here? Order block. So the highest down close candle here is our bullish order block. So price comes in, taps the 1 minute, taps the order blocks, and then we trade away. So I'll take my entry here. You can put your stop below this low, but again, I like to keep my stops pretty tight. So I'll probably put it like this low here because we also have this 1 minute inversion. And then we just target 2R right there. And let's go ahead and play this out. Okay, 2R gets hit, and that would have been the trade. Simple. So simple. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Just a quick 2 examples on the model I trade. It's a really simple model. Go ahead and backtest it this weekend and see if you like it or not. Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I have a free Discord where we live trade every single day for absolutely free. So join that below, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.